Hey there, everybody. This is Robert. I am going to finish up today my review of Iron Man, the Five Nightmares. Written by Matt Fraction and illustrated by Salvador LaRocca. I left off on part 4, the issue 4 of this trade paperback, which starts off after the events in which Iron Man just had saved Pepper's life by putting in a RT reactor. Starts off with Tony coming in and showing the world that he trying to explain to the world how this happened again, how it could happen to him under his watch, and the person he goes and this really shows the kind of person that Tony is. In his he goes and he asks for the help of his friend, Reed Richards. He makes the comment that Reed Richards is probably the only one in the world who's smarter than he is. In this one, it's really awesome when you're looking at it. It has, pictures of Reed Richards' facility right here. And, Tony is just, they're both always trying to one-up each other in the comics. But it's really well drawn. And you can just see there's a lot of things going on. They're playing a virtual game of chess. And, Richards is telling him that this is, the way you're playing this, they're going to get you eventually. And he tells him, the technology you're making is so advanced, Tony. But if it goes in the wrong hands, you're going to create the very nightmare that you don't want. And they're all, like I said, they're always trying to one up each other. But it's really a great relationship they have as sort of friends who care about each other and try to help each other out through these problems. And they're just great buddies. And I liked that part. I thought it was great. This is Tony putting in more hours at S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to figure out a way to beat Ezekiel Stane at his own game. And who should come up but Pepper, fresh out of the hospital with an RT reactor in her. If they make this great little comedic role, sure, he comes in there, she comes in, hey Tony, he's like, not now, like you see sort of in the movies, but she comes in, it's just me, the love of your life, wonderful modern medical marvel walking through here. No reason for you to get all excited or anything. And he tells him, $100,000, but I paid for your surgery with the $100,000, billion reactor in your heart, and you're still giving me crap for it. She's like, yeah, I have this in there. It's like, I told you I didn't want weaponry inside my body. And she tells him, I don't want to be like those people that you're fighting right there, and you're still making more. You're still making weapons. And he tells her, he's trying to explain to her, but he doesn't have enough time. She's also being watched right now because now that she has an RT reactor, then she's a potential weapon. I mean, she could be put into a suit of armor like Tony has and just be used for the wrong things. I mean, it's a sad little life for her, but Tony, being head of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatnot, can protect her from that for right now. And, it shows the relationship here with Maria Hill at this time, that she's, after Tony's job, she wants to be back in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. She is, asking Tony why he hasn't made more suits, why he's the only one who thinks he can pilot this suit. They've got several test pilots or whatnot, and every weapon that he keeps from them is one more that they keep for he gives the bad guys. You can see this really great shade of art. It's not any different from what we've seen in the other parts of this book, this trade paperback, but it's just a little more personal, a little more humanizing. Then it cuts back to, Tony tells her, you're dismissed. You're bugging me. Go on. The next part was you see they're in this prison, this third world prison, where Ezekiel Stain is just taking apart these pieces of the Iron Man technology they exert. And like they said, he is just about as smart, if not smarter, than Tony Stark himself. The new Ironmonger is just ridiculously ahead of Tony, and it scares him. It scares Iron Man. That alone sends shivers down my spine about this character, because his father, Ezekiel Stain's father, was the only one who really tested Tony, took his company away from him, took his life away from him. So he is one who really worries about, and this is his son, who's supposed to be much smarter. That's scary. This girl right here, we actually find out later in this run, when I do my review, you'll find out who she is. And she just is, I didn't get the idea that she was helping anybody, but I didn't get the idea that she cared about Stain either. She was just trying to get even with Tony, just like everybody. He's got a lot of enemies. Tony has. Tony comes up with this great plan to give this guy who's called the Collector, not the collector of the villain, but he's a collector of art and of superhero merchandise. But he has all these, costumes from the Vulture, the Mysterio, and he's just made millions off getting these costumes of these, super villains and superheroes. He he's very well to do. He can buy these things offline, but the thing about him is he would trade all of it if he could get one piece of the Iron Man technology. And Tony sort of sets him up like a duck to be taken down, or his stuff to get stolen, because he just will. He's going to put it out there. He's going to show it and display it. And you see him right here in this picture. Right here. He's just like, "Thank you, Mr. Stark. This is so awesome. I have a piece of your armor, and it's an actual RT in there." And he is just goes and sells it immediately out, and Tony's tailing him, trying to find out where the stuff's going. And it just shows, this just basically goes back into the day that Tony has. He has, right here, you see him going to a press conference. You see him still running Stark Industries. You see him running S.H.I.E.L.D. at the same time. I don't see how any of these people that ran S.H.I.E.L.D. like this could do it. I don't know how Nick Fury did it for years. But Tony, you can tell him in this, he is just going at it. He is awesome for being able to coordinate all this stuff and still being Iron Man all at the same time. I mean, there's just no way he can stop. And while he's in the armor, he's in a press conference. I mean, it's really cool how they arrange him. I mean, he is our universe's Batman, in my opinion. He is just capable of so much and so little. This is we finally get back to Pepper and the drama here, where Pepper is going through a rough patch here. She doesn't want to be a weapon. She doesn't want to be this weapon of mass destruction. She doesn't want to be able to blow up. She tells him, Tony, I feel great. I feel better than I can ever, I see better. I hear better with this thing in me. But I want it out of me. I don't want to be a weapon. I don't want to be something someone will come in, one of your psychopaths, and turn me into a bomb. Okay. And he asks him, why do you want it out there? She explains that part to him. And he said, Pepper, I'm sorry, but I didn't give you a bomb in there. Basically, what yours is, your art reactor is, it makes you better. I didn't want you to be, exposed to that either. That's why your arc reactor is a battery. And you see just the force that it's exerting on her body, and she can fly. And just like that, in that moment, Maria Hill calls, and apparently Ezekiel Stain is making his move. This is part 5, the other little half of this adventure right here. You see the client. You see this part right here. They're going from Hammer Industries, and they're taking a taking a quick tour of the Stark facility, the factory, and everything in there. They explain, how the facility works or everything, and who should be in the crowd, but Ezekiel Stain, right here, coming into apparently, this is a story about suicide bombers and stuff like that. We don't know. We think at the moment he might be coming in there to blow himself up. And Iron Man gets the ping, and he's headed towards the facility. He knows that whatever he's going to do, he is just going to ruin it. He's going to cost lives. And Tony, for all his stuff, he can't let him do that. So there's a big show. Shield is racing. Tony's calling the security to try and get everyone out. He lands, makes an awesome picture right here. You see it right here. Yeah. Right here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep this thing going. My next couple of reviews will be a lot better. I'm going to practice a little bit more. You see Ezekiel in here with his girlfriend, just trying to find the sweet spot to set off his device. He activates it, puts in the power systems. Finally has his own battle armor ready for this final showdown with Tony. And kaboom! The facility is under attack. Iron Man is just a little devastated. I mean, this is his life work, but he understands that the people are what come first. So it goes on to a major battle right here with you see the Ironmonger finds Tony finds the area. He's getting ready to ambush him, and the art style right here is just awesome. You feel like it's in a TV show. I mean, you see him come down right here physically, wailing on Tony. Just they're evenly matched, and he has a 3D imaging for his own systems. Of course, he's not called the Invincible Iron Man for nothing. They get into these big battles. It's armor versus armor, which we're usually used to seeing with Iron Man. But take a look at this page. It's awesome. Page for page, fight for fight. Right here, they're just tearing the facility up. Tony doesn't want to tear his facility up, but he can't let this guy win either. And they, it comes down to metal versus the clanking, smashing of these armors. These billion-dollar suits being torn to pieces over here. And of course, in all great superheroes, they're talking, and Ezekiel's asking him why. This is how you killed my father. This is how I'll kill you, with an armored suit. And Tony tells him, your father killed himself after I beat him. He goes, shut up! Shut your filthy mouth! And how dare you? And leaves you with this little bit of a cliffhanger right here. Right where my fingers are. Right here, you see him just take a full repulsor shot right at Tony's face. And this is the part that really upset me when I read this one, because I was like, no, they have to come out with an issue. It can't be a month. He says, I did it. I killed Tony Stark. Who's next? And that's it for part 2 of the Redneck review of the Matt Fraction line. I was trying to get it down to two parts, but I'm already in the 13-minute mark here, and I just want to be able to tell everybody how it's going. So I'll get back in touch with you for the next one really soon. The Redneck review, the score will be on the next one too. So thanks a lot.